will you please welcome your host, Anthony Davis. Welcome to Stakeout, TV's ruthless and compelling quiz show, where the players bring £250 into the studio to play the game. The players have to pick on each other to survive. They have to take risks to win. Losers are eliminated, but winners can keep on winning and turn their starting stake of £250 into thousands of pounds. So let's play Stakeout. Last time we were midway through face-off. Before we pick up, let's just recap on how the money totals stand so far. Alison, you came to the show with £500, and of course now you're holding £550. Pushed it up a little bit there. Paul, £600 is what you're holding right now. But of course, our champion stays the champion at the moment. Steve, you have £1,100. So that's how the game stands at the moment. Let's play face-off. This is the round where the players try and take money from each other. It was Paul's turn to go. He had elected to play against Steve with the category food. He was just about to choose an amount to play for. So, Paul, how much of Steve's money are you prepared to win here?
£550.
£550 of Steve's money. OK, here is a face-off between Paul and Steve. Stand by on your buzzers. Here comes the question. Which member of the pea family is normally used to make hummus? Steve.
Chickpeas.
Chickpea is correct. Well done. You've just taken £550 from Paul. OK, well, Paul, you're down to £50 right now. Alison, it's time for your face-off question. Who do you want to play against, Alison?
I'm afraid it'll have to be Paul.
It's going to have to be Paul, OK. Now, a category, please, from the following. You have movies, history, or science and nature.
History.
History, OK. And how much of Paul's money do you want to play for? Now, he only has £50, so this could be it for Paul.
50.
The £50. OK. Well, it's a face-off between Alison and Paul. Here comes the question. Which Australian-born businessman bought the Times newspaper on the 12th of Paul?
Rupert Murdoch.
Was Rupert Murdoch. Very well done. You've just doubled your stake there. You're now on £100. Well, you've all played a face-off, but we still have more than 2 players, so we've refreshed the category board. Steve, it's your turn, please. Can you pick a player?
I'll pick Paul, please.
You're picking Paul. OK, now a category from the following. You have TV, sport, literature, politics, or geography.
Literature.
Literature, OK, and now an amount that you're prepared to play for. Paul has £100.
I'll go for £100.
Go for £100. You look very serious about that, but I think we know what you're doing. OK, well, it's a face-off between Steve and Paul. Here comes your question. In which Stephen King bestseller is a novelist held captive? Steve.
Misery.
Misery, correct. Well done. You've taken £100 from Paul, which means, Paul, you're down to nothing. It's time for you to leave Stakeout.
Well, I knew the answer, but I didn't manage to press the button quick enough. It was what peas are used in hummus. But the answer was chickpeas.
Hummus.
Hummus. Hummus.
Well, it's about time we had a look at how those money totals are standing right now. Alison, you came to the game with £500. You still have that £500. But, of course, ahead in the lead is Steve, our current champion, with £1,750. We're down to 2 players, so let's play all or nothing. As the name suggests, one of you will leave with nothing. The other will take the lot. All or nothing is a simple on-the-buzzer head-to-head. The stakes start at £100 and rise rapidly. Get it right, and you could win the stake from your opponent. When you can no longer match a stake, you'll play for what you have left. Sudden death or double your stake. Steve, our current champion, you've got £1,750. Alison, you've got £500. So there's £2,250 to play for. Can Steve, our current champion, do it for a 4th time? Good luck to you both. Here comes the first question. In the fairy tale, what's the name of Hansel's sister? Steve.
Gretel.
Very good for £100. In which movie of 1987 did Michael Douglas star as New York broker Steve?
Wall Street.
Wall Street is correct for £200. Nippon is an ingenious name for which country? Alison.
Japan.
It is Japan. Well done. That was not sudden death. You now have £400. Seismology is the study of which natural... Alison.
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes is correct. Well done, doing well. Up to 800 now, which means £800 is all we can play for here. Steve, if you get this right, you take Alison out of the game. Here comes the question. Which vegetable is the principal ingredient of sauerkraut? Steve.
Cabbage.
It is cabbage. Well done. You've taken Alison down to no money. She's been bankrupted. I'm afraid, Alison, it's time for you to leave the game.
I feel relieved it's over. The pressure's quite a bit harder when you're actually in front of the cameras to sitting on the couch at home. I wasn't fast enough on the buzzer. And I think a bit nervous as well. It is quite nerve-wracking.
I don't think I'll be doing anything different in the last show. I've been successful doing things the way I have in the last 4 shows. Why change a winning formula?
Congratulations to Steve, our current stakeout champion. You came into this game with £250, which you played into £2,250. You can add that to the £6,325 you've already won, and you can now bank £8,325. Leaving you with £250 to bring back to stakeout for you to play your 5th and final game, Steve. Will you play again?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Excellent stuff. Let's meet Steve's 3 new challengers. Very good to see you. Welcome to the programme. What's your name, please?
My name's AJ Goodcar.
AJ, let me take £250 in cash from you straight away to play the game. You have 4 supporters with you. Who are these people?
This is Sean, Sam, Becky and Rich, and they're all at university with me.
Fantastic. OK, well, supporting you, I'm sure, for the game. Enjoy it. We'll see you later. This is becoming a bit of a familiar meeting, isn't it? It seems that, Steve, you are, of course, our champion so far. Now, to date, you've banked £8,325. It's a lot of money. Now, you're going to be splitting that with the supporters that joined you in the first programme that you were on, isn't that right?
That's right, yeah.
So it's an even split, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're too nice. I think that's your problem, Steve. Let me take £250 from you for this game. Enjoy it. Good to see you. Very nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hi, Mandy.
Mandy. And let me take £250 from you. Where have you come from today, Mandy?
Come from North London.
North London. And who have you brought with you?
My partner, Win.
Hi there, Win. Enjoy the show. See you a bit later. And finally, what's your name, please?
Nick.
Nick. Good to see you, Nick. Let me take the money from you there. £250 in cash. Where have you come from?
Maidstone.
From Maidstone. OK, well, it's a long way, but it's good to see you. Who have you brought with you today?
It's my partner, Adele, and our friends, Debbie and Tracy.
Lovely. OK, well, enjoy playing the game. Well, I've taken £1,000 from our 4 contestants. Let's play Stakeout. Let's find out what the supporters think of their players.
AJ's as cool as a cucumber. He doesn't worry about anything. Some might even say that he's a bit arrogant. AJ takes defeat very badly. Although AJ's quite used to defeat, he still finds it very hard to take, so we don't expect a pleasant ride home in the car if he loses.
Is Melly good at quizzes? I'd have to say yes, she is. When we're at home, we watch the programmes, all the quiz programmes, and she's very good. But you know what it's like in front of the cameras. We'll have to see how she gets on there, but we're at home, she's very good.
Nick likes to play games at home. The problem is Nick likes to win games, and if Nick thinks he's not winning, then he cheats.
Steve's supporters with him in spirit and hoping he can do it for the 5th and final time. Now, as always, we give our players another £250, bringing their total starting stake to £500. We start with All In. I'm going to ask you a question with 3 possible answers. A stake of £75 is taken from each of you, which means there's £300 up for grabs on every question. Whoever answers correctly splits the pot. Here comes your first question. What's the nationality of Formula 1 motor racing driver Juan Pablo Montoya? A, Colombian, B, Italian, or C, Spanish? Select your answer now, please. OK, well, the answer I was looking for was A, Colombian. I can see that you all get that right, so you all get your stake back. Here comes the next question. Voted Best Original Song at the 2001 Oscars, Bob Dylan's Things Have Changed featured in which movie? A, Traffic, B, The Contender, or C, The Wonder Boys? Select your answers, please. Well, I can tell you the correct answer is C, the Wonder Boys. Nobody gets that right that time, so that money stays in the pot and we take another £75 from each of you, so the next question is worth £600. Here it comes. Who went on trial in the first season of Dynasty for the murder of Stephen Carrington's boyfriend? A, Dex Dexter, B, Ben Carrington, or C, Blake Carrington? Select your answer now, please. OK, well, the answer we were looking for there was C, Blake Carrington, and I can see that 2 of you get that right. Well done, you get your stake back. Here comes the 4th and final question. Traditionally served with mince pies, brandy butter is also known by which name? A, hard sauce, B, heavenly sauce, or C, hot sauce? Select your answer now, please. Well, the answer we were looking for was A, hard sauce. Nobody gets that right, which means we now have a buzzer question. OK, so stand by on the buzzers. Here comes the question. Which horse-loving royal became European... AJ.
Princess Royal, Princess Anne.
Is correct. Very well done indeed. You get the money there. That's good. OK, well, let's see what those cash pots are standing at right now. It seems that Mandy and Nick, you're both holding £275 at the moment. Steve, you've got £575. You could be losing that champion name because AJ is in the lead with £875. Well, it'll be a shame to lose Steve, but AJ could do it. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Stakeout, the game where the players fight for each other's money. Let's just recap on how that cash stands between the players at the moment. Mandy and Nick, you're both holding £275 right now. Is it enough? We'll see. Steve, £575. Blimey. AJ, £875. That's how the cash totals stand. Now we'll give them a chance to take money from the bank as we play Cashing In. Each player gets one chance to cash in. We ask them a question, but do not give them the 3 possible answers. Before I tell them those answers, they've got to decide how much they stake on getting it right. Get it right, they double their money. Get it wrong, and the other players get a chance to win it from them. Now, AJ, as you have the most money, you get to go first. Here comes your question. Which structure built by the Romans in Britain stretched from Bonus to Wall's End? That's the question, AJ. I need to know how much of your money you're prepared to stake on getting it right.
I'll stake 575.
575. You seem pretty sure. Here are the 3 possible answers. A, Offers Dyke, B, Antonine Wall, or C, Hadrian's Wall. Select your answer now, please, AJ. OK, well, you've gone for C, Hadrian's Wall. I can tell you that is the correct answer. Well done. Steve, you're holding £575 at the moment. It's time for your cashing in question. Here it comes. Which singer's hit albums include Dangerous and Bad? That's the question. How much are you prepared to stake on getting it right?
£575.
You're pretty sure on this. 575. OK, here are the 3 answers. A, Michael Jackson, B, Bobby Brown, or C, Eminem. Select your answer now, please, Steve. OK, you've selected A, Michael Jackson. Of course, the correct answer. You've doubled your stake. Well done. Mandy, see if you can make some more money here. You're only holding £275 at the moment. Here comes your question. Which modern novelist bought Rupert Brooke's former home at Grantchester? That's the question, Mandy. How much are you prepared to stake on getting it right?
50.
£50. Don't think you're sure you know the answer there. Let me remind you of the 3 possibles. A, Colin Dexter, B, Leslie Thomas, or C, Jeffrey Archer. Select your answer now. OK, well, Mandy, you've gone for C. I can tell you that is the correct answer. Very well done indeed. £100 added to yours there. Nick, it's time for your cashing in question. Listen carefully, here it comes. Of Spanish Civil War fame, what was General Franco's first name? That's your question, Nick. How much are you prepared to stake on getting it right?
£75, please.
£75, OK. Here are the 3 possible answers. A, Francisco, B, Mario, or C, Luigi. Select your answer now, please. OK, well, you've selected A. The correct answer is indeed A, Francisco. Very well done. You doubled your stake. Let's see what's in those cash pots right now. I can see that, Mandy, you're holding £325 at the moment. You've pushed it up a little, not sure that it's enough. Nick, £350. Steve, you've got £1,150, but in the lead is AJ with £1,450. Still 4 players left in the game. That's 2 too many. Let's play Face Off. This is where Stakeout takes a nasty turn, as it's time for our players to get personal as they pick on each other. I'm going to ask each of them in turn to pick a player to play against, a question category to play with, and a stake to play for. We'll play face-off until only 2 players remain. AJ, as you're in the lead, you get to go first, pick a player, pick a category, and pick a stake. Remember, the most you can play for is everything your opponent has, as long as you can match it. So, who are you going to play against, please?
I'll play against Mandy.
Playing against Mandy, OK. And now a category from you, from the following. You have movies, pop, history, science and nature, or food. What's it going to be?
Science and nature.
Science and nature. Now, AJ, how much of your money are you prepared to stake on getting this right? Do remember that Mandy only holds £325 right now.
I'll stake the full 325.
The full 325, OK? You're trying to play her out of the game. It's a face-off between AJ and Mandy. Listen carefully. On the buzzer, here comes the question. Conkers are the fruit of which tree, AJ?
Horse chestnut.
Horse chestnut is correct. Well done. You've taken £350 from Mandy, which means, Mandy, you're down to nothing. You've been bankrupted. I'm afraid it's time for you to leave Stakeout.
The literature question, I honestly didn't know the answer to. I thought it was the most difficult out of the 3 questions that had been asked that round, unfortunately for me. I did have a stab and it was a guess. In hindsight, I should have bet the lot.
OK, Steve, it's time for your face-off. Please choose a player to play against.
I'll pick Nick, please.
You're picking Nick. OK, now a category, please. From the following, you have movies, pop, history, or food. What's it going to be?
Food, please.
Food, fine. And now an amount that you're prepared to play for.
£350, please.
£350. Again, trying to take Nick out of the game. OK, well, it's a face-off between Steve and Nick. Stand by on the buzzers. Here comes the question. Proverbially, which fish would one set to catch a mackerel? Nick. Time out, I'm afraid, Nick. I can offer that to Steve.
Sprat.
Sprat is correct. Very well done. You've taken £350 from Nick, which means, Nick, I'm afraid you're out of the game.
On the mackerel question, I buzzed in because I knew Steve would be pretty quick, so I just had about 2 seconds to think of the answer. Mine went blank, and that was it. Steve managed to get the question right.
Let's take a look at how those cash totals are standing right now. Steve, you're holding £1,500, but AJ up there in the lead with £1,775. We're down to 2 players, so let's play All or Nothing. As the name suggests, one of you will leave with nothing. The other will take the lot. All or Nothing is an on-the-buzzer round, head-to-head. The stakes start at £100 and rise rapidly. Get it right and you win the stake from your opponent. When you can no longer match a stake, you'll play for what you have left, sudden death or double your stake. Now, Steve, you're our current champion. You've got £1,500. AJ, you've got £1,775. So there's £3,275 to play for. Can Steve, our current champion, do it for a 5th time? Good luck to you both. Here comes the first question. Liverpool's Speke Airport was renamed in 2001 after which member of the Beatles? Steve.
John Lennon.
John Lennon is correct for £100. What name is given to the 7-minute periods of play into which a polo match, AJ?
Chuckers.
Chuckers is correct for £200. By which collective name were Enid Blyton characters Anne, Dick, George and AJ?
Magnificent Seven.
Not the Magnificent Seven. Steve, you can buzz in.
Famous Five.
Famous Five. Well done for £300. What's the cube root of 27? AJ?
3.
3 is correct. Well done for £400. The American frontierswoman Martha Jane Burke was popularly known by which name? Time up, I'm afraid, there. The next question is for £750. Which famous TV bar was modelled on the Bull and Finch? Steve.
Rover's Return.
Not the Rover's Return. AJ, you can buzz in.
Cheers.
Cheers is
bar.
correct. Well done for £750. The next question now, this is sudden death. It's worth £550 because that's all Steve has. Known as the American Music Oscars, which awards? Steve.
The Grammys.
The Grammys, correct. Well done. You're back in the game with £1,100. Sudden death, it's £1,100. This could be out for Steve. Here it comes. In 1927, which city replaced Melbourne as the capital? Steve.
Canberra.
Canberra is correct. Well done. You're back in now with £2,200. The sudden death now is £1,075. That's all AJ has. Steve, you could win it from him. Which day of the week is named after the Norse god of thunder? AJ.
Thursday.
Thursday, correct, for Thor. Well done. 2,150 you have now. So the next question is worth 1,125. Who had her first UK #1 in 1999 with Baby One More Time? Steve.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears is correct. Well done. You now have £2,250. Here comes the next question for £1,025. That's all AJ has. Follow the Yellow Brick Road is a song. Steve.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz is correct. Well done. AJ, I'm afraid you're down to no money. You have been bankrupted. It's time for you to leave the game.
I feel gutted. I was quite close to winning and then lost it all. But, I mean, things happen, so you win some, you lose some.
Cheers challenge.
Congratulations to Steve, our current stakeout champion. You came to this game with £250, which you've played into £3,275. Now, let me tell you that you started 5 games ago with £250. You've increased that stake by 46 times, bringing your total winnings to an absolutely staggering £11,600. Brilliant. Very, very well done indeed. Now, sadly, champions can only stay on stakeout for a total of 5 winning games. This was your last game. Thanks to Steve for playing and for being such a great champion. But sadly, we've run out of time. Join me and 4 new players next time when we play for more money, more thrills and more spills on Stakeout.